the way Trae Young like pulled up to the game, like that nigga ain't been to a dream game in at least 3 fucking years. And maybe he shows up to the Sparks games and I just don't notice, but I get he spends his time in the off season and shit like that in LA, but it's like this is my third season covering the dream and I ain't seen Trae at a game yet. Like I just think that's very interesting. And we just sit there and pat that nigga on the back for like giving him the participation award. But it's like, nigga, you're never in Atlanta for those games. Like we seen you at the fucking soccer games for United. We see you at the fucking Falcons games and shit like that. He'll be at the Braves games and shit like that. But like that motherfucker's never at the gate. I feel like we giving niggas participation awards where it's like, I don't feel like it's that much to support the home team for real. Lying out his ass like, oh, I be taking pointers from Rhyne, nigga. But that's not either there. Shout out to Trae. That's not Trae Young slander. Y'all already know. That nigga's a god, but that's not here or there. Welcome back to fucking Hoodie Fish. And yes, I got my John Collins shirt on. They are selling them bitches for like $10 at fucking Sports Authority. And nigga, I am racking up every fucking color. The next one I need to get is like the peach tree one. I need to get the peach one, but that's not here or there. Anyway, the greatness of Rhyne Howard needs to be studied. I truly feel that way at this point. It needs to be studied. We talked about for the last 2 videos how she's the best player in the league, and there's no question, there's no argument, there's no nothing. She just fucking is. If you follow me on Twitter, which I really suggest you do, it's at Sever the Bond. I'd be on there live tweeting, whether I'm watching the game live or after the fact as I'm watching the game, I always try to tweet and interact with y'all and shit like that. But that's not here or there. But basically the things that I was tweeting about is what I want to just bring up in this fucking video. Just the whole idea of like her fucking greatness, like, and it's not just the scoring, right? It's not just the scoring. When you have fucking Coach Wright benching her for no alleged reason whatsoever in the second quarter, but you still can't stop the fucking greatness. There'll be times where shit is out of control just a teensy bit because Robinson doesn't know how to fucking run the team for some reason, can't contribute in scoring, can't make a fucking foul shot. I don't know what the fuck that motherfucker's out there for, and I don't know what is up with the dream and this whole like point guard thing where it's like we got fucking Haley Jones right the hell on there, but that's neither here nor there. It's like the dream are like allergic to like mid-ass old guards. Like it's giving Odyssey Sims, but that's neither here nor there. But the offense was a little shite, if you will. We were kind of like running the offense through fucking like Nia Coffey for some reason, which again, shout out to her for contributing every now and again, but it's like we have literally 3 all-stars on the team. We have a bona fide big 3, and none of them were touching the ball for the longest time. I thought it was very strange. Then Rhyne Howard finally gets the ball and just starts fucking spraying threes yet again because the motherfucker just don't miss. I mean, she picked up right where she left off. The motherfucker just does not miss, but she noticed, and I know I fucking noticed, Allisha Gray wasn't playing the best offensively, and it was looking a little rough for her. She was clanking a lot of fucking threes, clanking the middies and shit like that, couldn't get over to the rim for some reason, and it was looking kind of rough. Now, we basically had the lead the entire game, so it's not like the shit was like ever in danger. I think the Sparks got into like a 5-point game, and then we blew them the fuck out again, but it was looking a little rough, right? So Rhyne Howard literally like pauses God mode, right? Right? She puts God mode in pause, right? She pauses the shit and then literally focuses on following where Allisha Gray went and was like delivering these like skip passes perfectly. These fucking perfectly constructed, perfectly curved bullet ass bounce passes to a cutting Allisha Gray to get her in her spot for the easy lay-in. So Allisha sees the ball go through the hoop, gets fouled on one of them too, is able to hit a foul shot to see, again, even in a regular shooting motion, to see the fucking ball go through the hoop, and then all of a fucking sudden, Alicia Gray goes the fuck off and ends with 20 plus again. And I don't think that's by coincidence. That's not a fucking coincidence that Rhyne Howard is able to literally say, okay, I can score at any moments. The fucking Jordan Canada can't guard her. Henny can't guard her. Anyone you got out there, it's just not gonna fucking happen. No one can guard that motherfucker. The fact that she says, okay, I can get a shot whenever I want, but I need to get my niggas involved too. That shit is, God, that shit you can't teach that shit. Like, I don't mean to sound like fucking Enzo here, but it's like you can't teach that type shit. You know what I mean? You can't teach leadership like that. It's more than just being the best player on the court. It's the fucking leadership aspect. You can't teach that shit. And the way she's like hugging her and shit, like, don't worry, you'll get your shit right, I guarantee it. I mean, it's just not a fucking coincidence. And shit like that are the intangibles and like the little things that literally don't show up on a box score. Like with Alicia, a lot of shit that she does won't show up on a box score, from like the defense and the intensity and the hustle and shit like that. But fucking leadership, you can't even track that shit. You just got to use the eye test. That's why, like, when I cover games, I don't really do the whole X's and O's shit, because it's not even about that at the end of the day. It's not even fucking about that at the end of the day. It's all about the goddamn eye test. And the fucking eye test is telling me we are looking at literal greatness. A motherfucker that can make her teammates better. And not on some lead by example shit, on some literal, like, don't worry, I will get you involved, don't worry about it. I know I'm going the fuck off, but fuck what I'm doing. I want to make sure you have confidence. I want to make sure you're out there being your best authentic fucking self. That is leadership. You can't teach that shit. Those are the fucking intangibles that niggas pray for. And that's the type of shit that these other so-called stars, if you ask me, they lack. True fucking leadership. It is clear that it's her goddamn team. It's clear that she's the leader. And it's clear that she holds this shit together. And I'd venture to say, and this might be me jumping out the goddamn window here, y'all can say, Sever, you're out of your fucking mind, but I would venture to say that it's possible that Rhyne Howard was on a fucking mission to make sure that Cheyenne and Alicia were in the fucking All-Star game. I think she might have sacrificed her own fucking season to make sure that these niggas got the shine that they deserve, even at the expense of her. But when niggas started talking that shit, she had to fucking remind people, if I want to, I can average fucking 50. Fuck y'all talking about. But that's the true greatness of Rhyne Howard. I think it transcends just the offense. I think it transcends, the fucking defense or whatever. Like, yeah, she'll get a couple blocks and shit like that. The only thing that I will say she needs to work on is the fucking fouls. This is 2 games in a row where she's almost fouled the fuck, 3 really, where she's almost fouled the fuck out of game. Now, we were up by a considerable margin, so it didn't really matter. But, like, it's not the first time she's ended the game with 5 fouls, and we're sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only, if I had to, like nitpick some form of a weakness in her game, I would say just calm down a little bit on the defensive end or whatever. Try to move your feet and, like, go up instead of out. I'm not a fucking coach, so I'm just saying things I hear on 2K. I don't fucking know. But whatever defensive philosophy you need to do to get the right positioning to not get fouls or some shit like that, make those necessary adjustments or whatever. One of the fouls was a bullshit, like non-charge or whatever, where I felt like she took the charge perfectly, but it was like a foul on her. It was really fucking weird. And that might have been the play where that Caucasian lady on the Sparks got hurt. I'm not really sure, but that's not here nor there. Cheyenne Parker played pretty fucking well. Had a lot of really awesome physical plays against that lady with a fucking 5 head. My God, you could land a plane on that goddamn forehead, but that's not here nor there. And I'm getting the feeling like that's like a fan favorite or some shit like that, and like I'm not supposed to talk shit, but fuck y'all. That nigga forehead is just, look, I'm just saying, if your fucking hairline starts behind your ears and it looks, and your fucking, like, Widow's Peak looks like the state of Texas, I feel like it is my job to insult you, but that's neither here nor there. Like, you can put on a fucking headband or something like that. Don't subject me to that, but that's not here nor there. I thought AD had a couple moments where they looked pretty well. They fucking touched Earth for a second. They got crossed the fuck up, but then they like immediately, like off of, I think, Alicia getting a block, they were able to like push the pace and get a really awesome fucking pass. Speaking of fucking to an assist at that too. But speaking of cool ass assists, fucking Ryan Howard had this crazy ass like fucking like hook pass or something. I don't even know what you fucking call this shit, but this amazing ass fucking pass to Monique Billings. It was incredible. Monique, the fucking Monique fan club, I might owe y'all a proper apology. I don't fucking know, because every time I talk shit, she comes in and shuts shits down. That fucking Stevens motherfucker with the big ass forehead, she was cooking us. But then they sat Nia Coffey's ass on the bench, and Monique Billings came in, and she was shutting that shit down. I just, listen, I can admit I'm wrong, and goddamn it, I was wrong. That motherfucker ain't no joke. I guess I just fucking forgot, you know? I guess I just fucking forgot, but that's not here nor there. I thought everyone played well. Everyone that got a chance to play played very, very well. We saw a little bit of LA minutes, which was cool. I think she got a block too towards the end of the game. I think, you know, I have no quorums. Like I've got a couple of choice words I would like to throw at Coach Wright, but I refuse to do so because we won the game and we blew him the fuck out. So how the fuck would I look being negative? So I won't say shit, but just know Coach Wright does questionable things during the game, and I believe the greatness of the players overshadow it, which is, you know, again, when we were talking about in the beginning of the season, like one of two things had to happen. Either she gets fucking fired, or we get a point guard with a fucking pulse. And while I do not think that Robinson is very good at her job, she is decent enough to hold the team together, and everyone on the team is familiar enough with each other to run options to get each other open for shit. And I think Haley Jones is amazing and should be starting. So again, it was one of the two things had to happen. And the probability of Coach Wright getting fired after being awarded Coach of the Year was very minimal, and we would have looked fucking nuts. So, you know, here it is. But that is neither here nor there. Let me know your thoughts on this game down below. Not a very long video because it's fucking 12 in the morning and I got to go to work. So I am going to be a fucking zombie tomorrow, but that's not here nor there. I will see you motherfuckers later whenever our next game is. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. And if you like Atlanta basketball content, be it the Dream or be it the goddamn Hawks, make sure you subscribe here to Hoodie Fish. And if you like the Brooklyn Nets, you know, you can always go to Nets Republic. I am also on there, but that's not here nor there. I will see you motherfuckers later. I'm going to go to bed.